you're ready to reinvent yourself. Your heart is ready, but your mind is not. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode. If you're ready to get started, get your Ambition Planner, your Post-it, your pen, and let's go. Hello Ambition Babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I help women over 40 who are ready to reinvent themselves and prioritize self-care. Today's episode is about how to cultivate a growth mindset. We're all on a journey. We're all ready to glow up, we're ready to change, we're ready to reinvent ourselves. Our heart is in the right place, but there are some things about our mind that are holding us hostage. We feel as if we can't. We have all of these excuses as to why we haven't started or why we start and stop. So today I'm going to talk about how to create a growth mindset while you're on your reinvention journey. As a business and accountability coach, I read a lot of really good books about mindset and success and how to make money and how to glow up and how to change who you used to be to who you would like to become. One of the books that I've recently read is by Dr. Carol Dweck. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she has a book called Mindset: The Psychology of Success. And this book has absolutely changed the way I've really thought about mindset. You know, I've been doing a lot of videos about like having a poverty mindset and an abundance mindset. What I've really thought about is that I have to be able to tap into a full growth mindset. In reading her book, I have really identified the fact that there are so many areas where we have a fixed mindset that we have got to change before we're able to tap into that next level, before we're actually able to reach some of these ambitious goals. Whenever we really think about a fixed mindset, there are things that are just holding us back. One of the ways that she explains that we have a fixed mindset is in the fact that when we start something, like on our glow up journey, like reinventing ourselves, we want to be really good at it the day we start. Like, I'm not really trying to be on the struggle bus. I'm not trying to figure it out. If I say I want to be able to change myself, I want to be able to start today and be really, really good at it by tomorrow, or become the woman of my dreams, at least in a few days, right? But the reality of it is that this is a journey. You've got to identify the areas in which you have a fixed mindset and unpack those things. Understand the things that have been built into your full DNA, undo them. We have neural pathways inside of our mind that are ingrained in the habits and the things that we've always done. We show up that way in our daily lives. So now that you're decided, you know what, I'm going to change, I'm going to reinvent myself, it actually takes more than just a notion. It takes more than just deciding I'm going to become someone else. I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm going to do these things. Yes, you can cut your hair, you can put on some lipstick, and those things are amazing. But if you really want true systemic change, it's going to actually take you starting with understanding where you have a fixed mindset. Our fixed mindset shows up in so many areas of our life, and it's so sneaky. You know, we automatically think, you know, I'm a person that is very liberal minded and I want to grow, I want to develop, I want to learn, I want to experience new things. But when it comes to my career and professional development, I'm kind of stagnant where I am. You start getting into this mindset of, I've always worked at this job, I'm only really good at a few things, I've always been in this genre of business, and we get stuck in this mindset of like, too old to change my job now. I'm too old to start a YouTube channel or become an influencer or start traveling or to even change professions or go back to school. We get in this idea of, I've always done it this way, specifically whenever it comes to our career, and we decide that we're not going to change. I paused at that word because these are decisions. Having a fixed mindset is a decision. These are decisions that are holding you back from becoming the woman of your dream. Another area that we've had a fixed mindset is in our health and fitness. You have no idea how many times I've heard the fact that my mother had high blood pressure and my grandmother had high blood pressure, so I have it and I'm gonna always have it, and that's just the way that it is. And honey, although I am no medical professional, I'm here to tell you today that that is a lie. Just because someone else had high blood pressure does not mean that you have to have it. You've gotten yourself into this fixed mindset of, I come from a big boned family. Everybody in my family is overweight. Everybody in my family has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, hypertension, all of these things. And so that's why I have it as well. You've decided that that is what you are because that is what you have always seen. But what if you were to actually challenge that idea of that, I don't have to stay this way. I don't have to always have high blood pressure. I can actually change my numbers. I can check my blood pressure daily and work out and eat differently and see what happens. We get so fixed into this idea of this is how it's always been and this must be my reality. We're not even able to think outside of that box. Actually put ourselves in the box of believing that we're always going to have the same health conditions and have the same body and never be able to actually reach our goals. So you said, I want to be able to reinvent myself, but not in this area because I'll always be big girl. I'll always have high blood pressure. I'll always be super, super skinny. I won't ever have the hips and the body and the booty and the abs that I've dreamt about. That's just not true. Another area where we've had a fixed mindset is in relationships and in our social life. I know that this is a sticky one. I know that when we start talking about relationships and marriage, even a life partner, it start getting this idea of I've been single for a long time or I've never married. Why would that change today? So what you're telling me, Dion, is I just decide that I want to be in a relationship and here comes Mr. Right, just floating through my window? Almost, actually. When you decide that I don't have to stay in this situation forever, it's almost like a neon light that is like, it's illuminated that says unavailable, like emotionally unavailable, that it shows up across your forehead whenever you have the fixed mindset of that I am not available, I am not desirable, nobody wants to date me, or men have done me so wrong in the past, I've been married before and I'm not going down that road again. You literally have an invisible, unavailable sign highlighted on your body. The moment that you decide, I'm opening my mind, I'm opening my heart, I'm opening myself to love and to relationships and to having good social circles and having a new group of friends. I want to be able to laugh and be happy and feel light and accepted. The moment that you decide that you're going to live that life, your actions will then start to follow. You'll start finding yourself going a little bit more. You'll start dressing a little bit differently. You want to have a growth mindset. You want to be able to change who you are. You're ready to reinvent yourself. What I promise you is that you will always stay in the same situation that you have been in if you don't change the way that you have always thought about it. If you always think about yourself as the single girl, you have big auntie vibes where you're the one that takes care of the kids and everybody else gets to go out and everybody else gets to have fun, then that is the life that you are going to have. Today is the day that you make a decision to change your mindset. Today is the day that you decide that I'm changing the neural pathway that tells me that I'm unattractive or that I'm not cute enough or that I'm too old or it's too late or who wants somebody with this many kids or this much baggage or this many emotional problems. Today's the day that you say, you know what? I'm ready to get help for the things that I don't like about myself and I'm going to change what I can change today. Next area where we have really big fixed mindset energy is in our finances and wealth building. You have no idea how many times I have heard and how many times I've said to myself that where I am is my cap. I've reached my ceiling. How can I make any more without burning myself out, working myself to death, never getting any sleep, having zero social life? I actually started to believe that I was going to have to work harder and struggle more to make more money. And because I'm addicted to the comfort that I'm in right now, because I've made a commitment to being in the same financial state that I'm in, I'm not going to actually try. I'm actually going to build the business that God told me to build. I'm not going to be able to help any additional people. I'm not starting a nonprofit. I'm not volunteering at another organization. I'm not going to learn a new skill because you know what? I'm really comfortable with where I am right now. The issue that we have is that it's going to take us, because we don't want to actually exert any effort into changing, everything starts to stay the same. This is exactly how we create this fixed mindset. It takes effort. The moment that we actually have to work harder, save more, plan our financial future, learn about investing, put ourselves in financial vulnerable positions where we're actually stretching ourselves to believe we're capable and able of making more money, it is extremely uncomfortable. What I have grown to understand, Dr. Carol breaks down so well in this book, is that the moment that we actually exert effort into a situation that we want to change, the moment that we say we want this growth mindset, is the moment that we start making incremental changes in our reality. I will never forget the moment that I created the Ambition Planner. I created the planner because I was behind on everything. I didn't show up to meetings. I didn't know what was on my schedule for today. Every day was full of just adventure because I didn't know what was next. But the moment that I actually put effort into knowing where my money was, what meetings I was going to walk into, where I was expected to be be and what time I was supposed to show up. But the moment that I actually started applying effort to becoming 1% better than I was the day before, I got addicted to the success that I was finding. I got addicted to the opportunity to make more money and to build another business and to be able to help more individuals. I got addicted to the success. I was doing myself a disjustice by not organizing my day, by not actually being intentional about my time and how I spent it. I was not on brand for my business because I didn't know what my brand was. What do you show up and do? Who do you speak to? How do you help individuals? I was actually out there just helping every organization. I was out there literally just helping every company that needed marketing support. We would take them on, as opposed to actually being intentional about who we serviced, how we serviced them, when we showed up, how much we were going to charge each individual. Everything changed the moment that we actually applied effort to making more money. You want to make more, you want to experience more, you want to live a life of freedom and happiness. It's going to take effort on your part. The formula to becoming the woman of your dreams and flipping the switch to turn off your fixed mindset is that you have to become vulnerable in two areas. You have to become vulnerable with yourself and with God. You're going to actually need to take time and write out the areas where your mindset is completely fixed. You're gonna have to start saying, you know what? I don't believe that I can lose weight because I haven't lost weight in so long. But is it true that I literally can't lose 5 pounds? Is it true that I can't work out 3 or 4 times a day? Is it true that I can't save 10% of my check every single month to be able to go on the trip that I want? Is it true that I can't be in a relationship because I'm undesirable, that I have a bad personality? Is it true that I always have to have a high blood pressure? Is it true that I can't be technically proficient in an area so that I can start my own YouTube channel? Are those things true? It's going to take you being really vulnerable and self-aware to be able to say, you know what? I am actually the one that's holding myself back. My heart is ready, but it's my mind that is holding me back from reaching these goals. I know what God has told me to do. I'm not putting in any effort, therefore I'm repeating the same process over and over again. And the thing that I have learned about being vulnerable with God is it starts with just 2 simple words. I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry that I didn't listen when you told me to do it. I'm sorry that I have not taken this process seriously. I'm sorry that I have said that I wanted to do something and I just keep putting it off, and I've allowed my issues or my health concerns or my limiting belief in you to hold me back. I'm sorry. Being emotionally vulnerable with yourself and with God is the formula to success. If you want to be able to change your mindset, if you want to be able to tap into the next level of growth whenever you are reinventing yourself, starting a business, becoming a wife, being a better mom, anything that you want to do, it's going to take you saying sorry to yourself and to God by not listening and changing things sooner. You know what you want to do. You know who you want to become. You know that you have dreams and a vision and a plan, but you know that you have been holding yourself back because you've not been honest with yourself. You've not been honest with the fact that you are sabotaging your success, repeating the same thing over and over in your mind about how you've never done it, how you're not good enough, how you've never seen anybody else do it before. Today's the day that you say, I'm sorry, God. I'm ready to stand on business and do what you told me to do yesterday or a long time ago. It is just that simple. Today, I am offering you the opportunity to grow your mindset, to start the thing that you said that you wanted to start, to become the woman of your dreams. It starts today with just being vulnerable and deciding that today I'm going to start. I'm going to start making the goals. I'm going to start finding new friends. I'm going to start cultivating new hobbies. I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to stop lying to myself. I'm going to stop with the negative self-talk. I'm going to stop being around that person that drags me down. I'm going to start believing that what God told me I was going to become is true, and I'm going to act like I'm a child of His. I know that you're ready. I know you're ready to get started. I know that you have passions and dreams and a fire in your belly that has been ignited today. And so I want you to take the opportunity right now to write out the limiting beliefs, to write out the fears that you've had, to write out the things that you've said, you know what, I haven't started this because I don't know how. I want to be an expert at it the day that I start. I want you to start just being vulnerable with yourself and being self-aware of the ways that you have been holding yourself back. And once you've written those things down, answer those questions. Is it true that you can't find love? No. Is it true that you can't go back to school? No. Is it true that you can't save money and actually be able to build a legacy that you desire? No. Start today with actually being honest with yourself and watch how this simple activity changes your whole life. Okay, honey, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hate to have to fuss at you a little bit, but honey, sometimes we gotta pull ourselves up by the edges and be like, you know what? It's you that's holding you back. I'm going to change that today. I can have a growth mindset and become the woman of my dream. Okay, honey, until our next video, I pray that you are well and that you are doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.